2 is human genetic disorders, human genetic problems. Now, are there a lot of genetic disorders? Do we know all the human genetic disorders? The answer is no, we don't know all. We do know a lot. We know of hundreds of them. There are hundreds of them. Now, if you do not have any genetic disorder, I mean, you know yourself at the moment, consider yourself very lucky, okay? Consider yourself very lucky. Now, when I had my daughters, okay, when I had my daughters, I was praying. I didn't care about the gender. All I care about was, please God, keep them healthy. I didn't want any genetic problems. I said, okay, when they're born, I just want them to have 5 fingers, 5 toes, have a normal body, normal average brain, and I'll be very happy. I'll be very happy. And they came out normal. Okay, and I'm very grateful. Now, so if you are normal, you got 5 fingers, 5 toes, you can see, you don't have any internal problems, be very happy, be grateful, okay? Because there's a lot of problems that could happen. Okay, so now, where can genetic disorders occur overall? Now, most because of the way our body functions, it's highly unlikely that we would have mutations, we have genetic problems, because there are so many checkpoints. There's so many checkpoints in replication, in cell division, in interphase, in transcription, translation, all that. There's so many checkpoints that the probability of having a problem is very slim. But sometimes it happens, okay? Meiosis messes up. Now, if you look at sex cells, we have 23 chromosomes, right? Sex cells. That means that it has 22 autosomes and 1 sex cell, okay? Every sperm and every egg. So every sperm has 23 chromosomes. This is what they have. Every egg has the same number, okay? That's sperm and egg, okay? We call them gametes, okay? Now, once in a full moon, sometimes we have cases where meiosis, instead of producing 23 chromosomes for the sex cells, instead we have an error. There's an error. And that error, the most common mistake that we see is when the chromosomes fail to separate. We call this non-disjunction. Non-disjunction is the number 1 most common mistake that occurs in meiosis, producing sex cells. Now, the word non-disjunction comes from the Greek word meaning not coming apart. Okay, not coming apart is the Greek word for non-disjunction. When non-disjunction occurs, it leads to disorder of chromosome numbers. It leads to gene problems. It leads to change in the protein, the amino acid sequence. Therefore, it changes the protein. So, non-disjunction is different every time, okay? Now, you see this picture of this boy? He has Down syndrome, okay? You guys know what I'm talking about, Down syndrome? Okay, Down syndrome, okay. His problem is called trisomy 21. Trisomy is called trisomy 21. Now, we call it Down syndrome because the scientist that discovered this, his name is Down. I think that's why they call it Down syndrome. What does trisomy 21 mean? It means that chromosome number 21, instead of 2 pieces of chromosome, he has 3. You got it? He has 3. You're supposed to have only 2, right? You're supposed to have only 2 of each. But he has 3. That's why it's called 3. Somi means body. 3 body number, chromosome number 21. That's where the word comes from. Trisomy 21. Okay? Now, so, the heck is this non-disjunction thing, right? What does it look like? So here it is. Remember in meiosis, sex cell production, producing sperm and egg, you have 46 chromosomes in your testes and 46 in your ovaries, ladies. Okay, so these are sex cells. These are stem cells inside your reproductive organ. And these chromosomes, they pair up, half from mom, half from dad, and they separate. They should separate. See how they separate? Homologous chromosomes separate during meiosis 1. But see, something happens. It doesn't separate. That is non-disjunction. Non-disjunction is when your chromosomes do not follow directions and they don't separate. So because they don't separate, this cell has extra chromosome. This cell is missing chromosomes. This cell continues to divide. Eventually, this becomes a sperm. This becomes a sperm. This becomes a sperm. This becomes a sperm. These cells here, the sperm here, cannot tell the difference if it has an extra chromosome. It can't tell the difference. If this sperm gets into the egg first, you have a problem. You have a genetic problem. If this sperm gets to the egg first, you have a problem. You're short one chromosome because the chromosome is missing. Okay, now that's non-disjunction. Now, what about this side? Non-disjunction also occurs when the sister chromatids separate. Here, right here. So in meiosis 2, the sister chromatids should separate. See, just like this. But it failed to separate. So that means you have extra chromosome. This is your egg, Miss Egg. This is your Miss Egg. Now, does the egg die because it has extra chromosome or less chromosome? No, the egg and the sperm do not die. They don't even know. They don't even know that they have extra chromosome. So then if Mr. Sperm, let's say this sperm fertilizes with this egg, mom and dad, you got a big problem. The baby has 2 extra chromosomes instead of 46. You have 48. You got problems. You got 2 extra pieces of chromosome. Now, in addition, okay, that 2 extra piece of chromosome, it depends on which chromosome you have extra. Is it chromosome number 1, number 2, number 3, number 21? If it's chromosome number 21, you have Down syndrome. Okay, you guys got it? If it's chromosome number 5, you have Huntington's disease. If it's chromosome number 23, you have hermaphroditism. That means you are born a man and a woman combined. That's what it means. Okay, guys, we good? Are we good? All right, okay. So let me show you. We have names for them all, okay? We have names for all of these problems. When a person has 1 less chromosome, okay, 1 less chromosome. Okay, so when you have a sex cell, so here is the stem cell inside your, let's say, guys, testes. Meiosis, divide, and divide again. This will become a sperm, this will become a sperm, this will become a sperm. The same thing happens for ladies in your ovaries. This chromosome has extra. This one is missing, this one is normal, this one's normal. Now, when you are missing, monosomic zygote has only 1 copy of a particular chromosome. So, you should have 46, right? You should have 46, okay? When you have a zygote that has only 45, the symbol that they use is called 2n. 2n means 46 minus 1. That's why you have 45. You don't have the original number. Why? This chromosome. This sperm entered the egg, got to the egg first. You are missing a chromosome. Okay, now we have another name. The name is called trisomic zygote. Trisomic zygote is when you have extra chromosomes. Trisomic, okay? So it looks something like this. So instead of having 46 chromosomes, you have 47. You have extra. So who would be this sperm? This sperm right here has extra. This sperm got to the egg first. The baby, it has 47 chromosomes. So we call this mono means one body zygote. Extra, it's trisomic zygote. That means one of the chromosome has an extra piece of chromosome because of non-disjunction. Okay. Now, so what do we call these when we have situations where? Let's see what David asked. David asks, I have to go to an. Okay, David. Okay, I want you to review the PowerPoint, the Power Notes when you get home. Okay, David. I'll see you later, buddy. All right. Okay. So here I have an example of what happens. Right? What does it look like? Okay. Sounds very disturbing. Okay. Now, anytime when a human or a plant or an animal or any animal has extra or not the right number of chromosomes that it should have in its genome, we call it aneuploidy. A means not. Neuploidy means not having the right number of chromosomes. It's kind of like abnormal. See, abnormal means normal. Abnormal means not normal. A means not. Neuploidy means you don't have the right number of chromosomes. You don't have the right number, okay? So, what happens? This is normal. This is aneuploidy. Aneuploidy. Now, so this person got only one X chromosome. It's missing the other X, right? This is a woman that's missing. Maybe a Y, missing a Y. Now, what disease is this called? We call this Turner syndrome. Turner syndrome, okay? Mental retardation. Mental retardation, that means your mental is not normal, okay? Number two, sterile. Sterile means you can't have a baby, okay? You cannot reproduce a baby. Number three, they tend to be smaller in stature. Look at the average woman, right? Look at this, she's smaller. You see them on campus, okay? You see these kids on campus. They're humans like this, okay? And so, because they're missing an X. Now, the question is, how come this X doesn't support that other X? It's because you need it too. You need the other X, or else you got problems. Now, sometimes they call these disease Turner syndrome. X, they call it XO. Okay, it's called XO. XO means O means nothing. You don't have the other X. Okay, it's called XO sometimes because it's just X. Now, what if you have a neuploidy where you have extra chromosomes, trisomic zygote, right? Look, this is normal. Okay, it's normal. Okay, this is what you should have, be boys. Now, you have an extra. Look, extra. This is called Klinefelter syndrome. You're sterile. You can't have babies. You are a man and a woman in one body when you have this. You are a man and a woman in one body because, you see, you have two X's. Your body will produce female hormones. Your body will also produce male hormones because of the Y. You are a hermaphrodite, per se. Not completely hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite is a species that has both gender in one. They're able to switch, kind of like a seahorse. So for seahorses, when they want to reproduce, they switch to the female. They lay their eggs, they release their eggs, and they switch to the male, and they release the sperm to fertilize the egg. You guys got it? So that's hermaphroditism. Okay. No, this is not hermaphrodite. Okay. This is a human that has traits of both man and woman. That's what it means. Okay. Trisomic disease. Trisomic. Not very good. Okay. All of these are called aneuploidy. Okay. Aneuploidy, guys. Aneuploidy. Okay. Let's move on to the next. So, do we have names for these? Yes, we do. And sounds really sad. Okay. So, when you have way too many, way too many. So, think of humans, right? Humans, we have 46 chromosomes. That's our genome, okay? This is normal, okay? Sometimes some humans have double the number. What's double the number? I'm sorry, it's 92. My mistake. Okay, so normal is 46. What was I thinking? Okay. Sometimes you might have double. That's 92. Okay, guys, we good? We good? Okay, now, sometimes, because of some, I don't know, maybe chemicals, maybe just bad luck, you have way too many sets of chromosomes. Instead of just having just one extra chromosome, it doubles. It's 2 times. Sometimes it's three times, okay? 3 times. And so we call this polyploidy. Polyploidy is when you have double. You have way too many chromosomes. The number is just ridiculous. Triploidy is when you have 3N. That means you have 3 times the number of chromosomes. So N means 20 for humans, okay? Let's say humans. I'm going to use this example as humans. In humans, you have 23, right? Because N is equal to 23. Now, tri means 3. That means that you have 3 of the same one added up. 69. You have 69 chromosomes. 69 sets. How many chromosomes? You double that. 138. Can't survive. You can have even more. Tetra. Tetra means 4. 4 sets. Tri means 3. See? 3. And you can have 4. Now, can a human being survive with a polyploidy of triploidy or tetraploidy? No. Humans cannot survive. Our body is too compact. You cannot support another arm, another heart, another organ. However, you see polyploidy more common in fruits and vegetables. How many of you seen this? I see it at the store. You see it at the store. Apples, strawberries, a lot. Strawberries, number one. Strawberry, number one. You see ginormous strawberries. These weird, they look like cancer. Now, this is intentional human manipulation, okay, artificial selection. So therefore, humans, we create polyploidy in plants so that we have more to harvest. And also in corn. We see this in mostly plants. Not animals cannot be polyploidy. Okay? Humans, animals, we cannot have multiple. Okay, so let's go back and talk about, is it always bad? Okay, so now you know that aneuploidy means you have extra chromosomes or you don't have enough chromosomes. You don't have the right number. You don't have that 46, right? You don't have 46 chromosomes. You have extra. See, extra right here. See, you got extra chromosome, right? You have extra. So in this case, you got 47. Now, is it always bad? Is it always bad? The answer is no, not always bad. Sometimes certain extra pieces of chromosome, extra pieces of DNA, it's neutral. Okay, it's neutral, meaning you don't even know you have it. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative. So it varies. Somehow, I wrote down some types of aneuploidy appear to upset the genetic balance less than others. So meaning that not all aneuploidy are bad. Some are neutral, some are just positive, resulting in individuals surviving to birth and beyond. Surviving individuals have a set of symptoms and characteristics of the type of aneuploidy or missing genes. So think of the X-Men. Okay, X-Men are not true, but think of it like that. It's not always bad, although I make it seem like you're gonna be like a seahorse. But think of it's not always bad. There is it's just random because all this is random. Not all of your DNA, people, represents a gene. Okay, not all of your DNA. A lot of it is just junk DNA. So therefore, you would never know. You would never know that you have a genetic disorder. Now, I'm going to show you some examples of diseases. Okay, here, first one. This is Down syndrome. Down syndrome, you see this already. You see these kids a lot, right? They look like this. Yes, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what race, what gender. It doesn't matter. They all look the same. Yes, yes. Do you agree? Okay. And it's called Down syndrome. And it's also known as trisomy 21. Trisomy. Why trisomy? Because tri means three. They have three chromosomes of number 21. They have three chromosomes number 21. And so the symbol is 2n plus 1. 2n means 46, right? 2n means 46 plus 1 means 47. That's what they got. They got 47. Now, what does it look like at the karyotype? It's right here. I'm going to look for chromosome number 21. Where are you? It's right here. Here. You guys see it? Okay? Chromosome number 21. X1 extra piece. That's it. You have it. Now, how often does it affect? 1 out of 700 babies. So every 700 babies in the U.S., one of you will be affected. It also depends on the age of the woman. If the mother is old, the probability increase a lot. What's the magic number? 35. When a woman's 35 and she wants to have a baby, usually they do a test. They test Down syndrome. They test cystic fibrosis. They test a lot of stuff. So you want to have a baby early. Not too early. You want to make sure that you have your career, school, everything done before you have a baby. Okay? There's no rush to ever have a baby. Okay? But the point is, like my wife, she's 48. My wife's 48. Should my wife have a baby? No. Plus, I'm too old. Okay? I'm too old. I might look like I'm 22, but I'm too old. Okay? That was a joke, guys. That was a joke. I was just joking. Okay. But you guys now understand why a woman should not have a baby. Now, the question is, how do you test a woman? Let's say a woman's 35, she's pregnant. How can you check for Down syndrome? Needle. Inject it into the woman's down there. Inject, remove the fluid. In the fluid, there's skin cells of the baby. Remove the skin cell, karyotype. Then you know. That's how they do it. It's called amniocentesis. Okay, amniocentesis is the process to check to see if the baby has genetic problems. Okay, you should do it if you are 35 or above, ladies. Okay, and guys, later on in life. Okay, think about me. Okay, if you get married late, there's nothing wrong with getting married late. Okay, here's another example. Klinefelter syndrome. You saw this already. This is a man with female traits. Okay, female traits. Okay. Now it's called trisomy. That's also known as trisomy. Trisomy X. It's called trisomy X. Okay. Now it's the symbol is 2n plus 1. That means that you have 47 chromosomes. Which one? Number 23. Number 23. This one is called Turner syndrome. It is called monosomy. That means you're missing one chromosome. Which one? You're missing an X chromosome. It's also known as the symbol 2n minus 1. 2n minus 1 means that you don't have 47. That means 2n, remember, 2n means what? For humans, right? 46. What does n mean? What is n? N means you have 23, because n means half, right? Because 2 times n is 46. N means 23. Now, if this is 21, 2n minus 1, 2n minus 1 means 46 minus 1. That means that this girl has 45. I'm sad for her. Okay? Okay? This is usually what they look like. She is not young, okay, guys? She might be like maybe 12, 13 years old. She looks like a baby. But no, she's not. It's because of the missing X chromosome. That's why she has this problem. Okay, here's another example. A genetic disease is not a sex-linked disease. Instead, it's a autosomal chromosome disease. What chromosome? Number 5. Chromosome number 5, okay? This disease is called, it has a few names. It's called cry-do-chat. Cry-do-chat. It's called cry of the cat. Cry-do-chat or cry of the cat. Now, Why? Right? Why? Why is it cry of the cat? It's because these kids who have it, which missing chromosome number 5, they can't talk. They have a speech problem, and so because I don't know the details of it, but they make noise. They make noise, and it sounds like a cat. You know how late at night, in the middle of the night, you hear the cat go, meow, 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 meow. Yes, yes, you know what I'm talking about? Yes, how many of you know what I'm talking about? Come on, come on, okay. If you haven't heard that, it's because you haven't been around, yep, okay. So they call it cry of the cat because these kids, okay, you see the boy and the girl, the kids here, they all have it. They all have the same look, because of chromosome number 5 is missing. It's missing. Okay? And usually, infants usually die in infancy or early childhood, like 5 years old. That's sad, right? They die early. So sad for the parents and the child. Other diseases. And then I'll stop. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, people, why don't I talk about these diseases on Monday, since Monday is going to be a review day, okay? We gone like 70 minutes nonstop. 70 minutes, okay? I don't want to kill you. I don't want you to kill me, okay? Okay, guys, are we good? We good with lesson 2 so far? I hope that makes sense. If you guys have questions about any of this, I'm not an expert, but I think I know the answer to a lot of this stuff, okay? So you can ask me, and I can share with you. If I don't know, I'll research it, and I'll share with the whole class. Sounds good? So I'll talk more about diseases on Monday. Okay.